Haymakers for Hope was founded by Julianne Kelly and Andrew Meyerson after they were inspired to merge fitness and fundraising through an amateur boxing event.
When I think back to our very first event in 2011, and to see how much it's grown and how many people who have stepped through the ropes and the amount of money that these people have raised. Yes, Andrew and I started it, but it's taken on a life of its own, and we owe it to every single person who has either bought a ticket, has donated, or coached someone or stepped through the ropes.
One of those athletes competing in the first ever match in Miami this March, Sean Powers, who hadn't heard about Haymakers until he got a random DM in the fall, which couldn't be more timely. He expressed interest and began hearing more information about the commitment to compete.
When we got the call, I was actually back home in New York taking care of my mother. My mother was diagnosed with breast cancer 5 years ago. Fortunately enough, chemo did work. She did beat breast cancer, but unfortunately a year later she developed colon cancer. And I stopped everything down here, went home. So I was up there from about September 1st all the way to October 29th. In mid-September, I got the message from Jordan from Haymakers for Hope, and it was such a relief to have kind of something for myself that really sparked an energy in me. So when they offered me an option to try out, I ran inside to my mom's room right away and I said, they want me to box. I said, I'll box. And she said, you're gonna get punched in the face. And I said, it's okay, I can do this. October 29th in the morning, around 8:30 a.m., I was by my mother's bedside when she took her last breaths. You know, I lost my mother and I did lose a piece of myself. You know, I always tell my sister, it was always me, my sister, and my mother, that she single-handedly raised us. Even though my mother's fight was done, I wanted to fight. I needed something more.
Thus began a 4-month journey of learning to box like a pro.
I had never boxed in a ring before. I have taught group fitness boxing, I've been on that side of things, but to get into a ring, it requires so much more.
He's obviously committed to it, he's passionate, you know, he cares, which is really what's the core fundamental of it is about. You love working with somebody like that.
Every day I get up and I'm like, I can't wait to box today. I get to box. And then I put that mouthpiece in, put the gloves on, and I'm like, it's real. Here we go. We're back into again, I'm putting the gloves on. There hasn't been a day where I'm like, I don't want to box today.
That kid's come in here, it's been blood, sweat, and tears. He's got the biggest heart in the world, and he's got the biggest reason in the world, right? So to see everything kind of come to a culmination for him, I can't wait for it. I can't wait for the night of the fights. I can't wait to get everybody in there and see this thing happen.
Stepping into this ring is solely for me. And yes, my mother, you know, will be proud of me. I know she's gonna be. You know, she watched me compete my entire life, but this is strictly for me. I need something out of this, you know, to pull back and being able to learn a craft and something that's useful in everyday life, that's super important to me as well.
Sean's story is just one of many to be inspired by. Join the fight and help our SoFlo fighter in his fundraising by visiting Power's Instagram profile and buy your tickets to Fight Night at haymakersforhope.org. It's quite the production you don't want to miss.
It's going to be a great night. It's at the Fillmore Miami Beach. I'm just looking forward to launching the organization in a new city such as Miami Beach. It's got a lot of rich boxing history, and I'm really looking forward to all the participants having the opportunity to showcase their skills in the ring. And just like Sean, he's stepping through the ropes for the most noble cause in honor and in memory of his mom. So if you want to cheer people on, check us out.